Greetings all, my name is Gary. Today we're going to be filming in the Andes Mountains of Ecuador. Behind me is the Paute River. The waters of the Paute run all the way into the Amazon. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the BORG Schwack pack. That's what I'm wearing, the BORG Schwack pack. What's that all about? Well, the breakdown for this is it's a bug out bag. BORG stands for bug out, ready go pack, okay? Schwack is the sound a machete makes when it hits a melon-sized object. So obviously I've got a rapid access, rapid employment system that's attached to the pack, and it's detachable if you need to take it off. So I'm going to demo the pack real quick, and then I'm going to demo the Schwack part of the pack right now, and then we're going to unpack the whole system so that you can see what's on the list. I think you'll get some good ideas from this. So this is configured on the right-hand side. It could be configured on the left-hand side. And it has to be adjusted for your arm pull. Some of you guys with that are taller, with those long arms, can have a larger machete if you want, because you could clear the scabbard. I've got the size that I can utilize, and it works well for me. But that's what you're doing. You're configuring it for your system yourself. Okay, so the BORG Schwack pack works like this. You're having a problem up front, or you're cutting brush, doesn't matter what you're doing. You're going to reach back quickly to access this. Once you've got the machete, clear that scabbard, and schwack, come forward with that. That's the Schwack pack, the BORG Schwack pack. We're going to unpack it next and go through the full list. Let's get into the BORG Schwack pack, the unpacking phase here, just to get a list generated and see what we've got inside our board, okay? Let's go through it. I'll move pretty quick and we'll generate a list here. I'll turn the pack towards you as such. This is the BORG Schwack pack, bug out, ready, go, Schwack pack. And I'll start disassembling it and we'll list the items as we go. Don't worry about taking notes. I'll put a full comprehensive list at the end of this video. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in and out here, or try to, because I'm filming by myself, so let's see how this goes. Number one, right on the exterior, you're going to see that I've got my lines here, okay? So that breaks down pretty quick, and it's accessible on this system. I have a right and left carabiner, locking carabiners. This one has 4 Prusik loops on it, essential for moving up and down the rope and being secure. This one holds us together at the top. Packing is an art form, and it takes a lot of practice. You have to allow yourself time to get your system tight and well packed. All right, 3 locking carabiners on the bottom. Okay, so there's a 55-foot climbing rope in here, and with it, cleared, here we go. And with it is another line tied a little bit differently here with a figure 8 in it. This is a 14-foot Swiss seat. You can learn how to tie that. You should know how to tie it. It's a skill that you should have. And I'll cover the Swiss seat in another video. Okay, right away we'll get into the side water compartments. I have 2 40-ounce bottles. These have a cap on them that allow me to put a surgical tube in them. This one, yeah, here we go. These have a cap on them that are just the right size to hold a watertight surgical tubing. That's a common size for water bottles, so you can see what that does. And I utilize that so I can drop a surgical tube in there if I want to drink some run. Okay, 2 40-ounce bottles are meant for 4 days with water rationing in this system. Okay, the other side of the pack, these are 3x5 garbage bags, unbelievably good. A roll of plastic bags, just to utilize food gathering and whatnot, okay? So there's 3 3x5 bags. I think there's 3 large plastic bags, freezer bags that are in there, okay? The Schwack part, I'll go ahead and drop that so it's out of our way. That's on our list. And then we'll get into this pack here. Let me zoom. All right, so in the front pocket, as we get into it here, in this compartment, all packs are configured differently. This one works good for me. I've had it for quite a long time. And I put everything into plastic bags. I'm a fanatic about organizing what's in the pack and what we've got here, okay? So what's cool about this pack is it does have a tool compartment in it, okay? You can see I've got extra tent pegs, some zip ties that are there that come in useful. That's just a fishnet. You can dry your clothes out. It's a laundry bag fishnet. Really good for a fishnet. Grab some crabs, crawdads, that kind of thing. Comes in good for food gathering and handy for that for food gathering. This is the security component. I'll show you what's in there in just a second, but we'll break down the pack pretty quickly here. Here's an awl. You can make your own clothing with that, with extra needles inside of it, okay? I break down, got a couple of 4-foot 550 cords that are color coordinated. I do the 550 cord hack on another video, okay? In here we've got a headlamp. Always comes in handy, a small headlamp. Indispensable. Keep your hands free. Garmin GPS. Now these items are optional. You're going to build your own. Folding saw, got to have. Digging stick. This is a makeshift scabbard. This comes in handy. It's just an 1/8 inch piece of steel that I've sharpened on one end. I dig with it. I don't want to use my survival knife to get it messed up, so I just use the stick here. And this attaches to my hiking stick for a lance, okay? Strike force. Well, let's get this out of here. Go into detail more on this. This is your Smith & Wesson Homeland Security knife, and it's ready to go. It has a sharpener attached to it, okay? This is cool. This is get these at Walmart. It is a flashlight and a magnifying glass starting fires. Tasco Binox. This depends on what your situation is. If you need to see people and you don't want them to see you, it comes in handy. Down on the bottom, navigation pack, Sunto compass. Strike force. This is the best of the ferro rods. Has tender inside of it. Just a nice design and really sparks well. Jam every space. That is a hacksaw blade. Pencil thrown into that. Other side, crank and solar flashlight comes in handy without batteries. This one will crank. All burn out. You can go ahead and crank the system. And pretty common. You don't have to get this brand in particular, but that's a Neko. Okay, bottomed out here, another bag which has one of your, this is a morale item, and it is just a net. I love these little net bags. I throw them in all the time for gathering minnows, fishing stuff, that kind of thing. Opens up, the tool pack here. We've got a harmonica. Even if you don't know how to play, you can learn it. You've got a lot of time on your hands. It's kind of cool to have. I think I've got everything out of that compartment there. We'll list it. So, morale booster, like Les Stroud had a little harmonica. I played the blues once in a while. Not so good. Okay, let's keep going on the list and get into the security component here. Pull this back out. That's within this rear compartment there. You can see it's well packed. I did not mention this. This is the Survivor straw. I like these because they're compact, very lightweight. They have the straw you can drink right out of the water with this item. In addition, it has the threads that will fit on any standard water bottle. So you put your dirty water inside, or corrupt water, and then you can drink right out of the bottle. So you can use this on the fly pretty quickly. Let's get into the next part of the pack. Inside of the security component here, is probably my number one choice for security tool component is the Chief AJ sling. I'll break that sling bow. I'll break that down a little bit later. Here's my Expedient David sling. That's in there, ready to go. Heave some big rocks with that. Slay your giants. Here's a Boladero. I put an extra pencil in there and daisy chain it so it unwraps, stays nice and coordinated. That's from the backpack that's there. Let's move that stuff aside. I'm moving pretty quick because I got a lot to do here. Okay, let's do the side pockets next. Also, this is an Expedient. You can make these in the wild, but this is my throwing cross. It's ready to lash up. You pull these two guys off, and that's taped on there. Assemble it, and you get the throwing cross. There's a whole video and the how-to in the book. The Chris book is also there. Now when I just stuffed in, it's a stuffing stick, digging stick, whatever you want. Just an extra item that I could add to the gear that may be useful. This side of the pocket is a full medical kit. I'm going to break that down for you later on. Throw some electrical tape in the bottom, and there's some food goodies that I stuff in here as well with any excess pockets, especially in the outside pocket. If your snacks can go in there. It's a cool one. This has quite a bit in a little surgical kit, sutures, ibuprofen, aspirin, etc., etc. And I'll break this one down separately for you, okay? Move those out of the way. And we'll go to the next pocket here. Let's move back to front here. Okay? A couple of comfort items. 2 little mini bottles of scotch for special occasions. Maybe end of the world, whatever. Whatever you're celebrating. That's comfort for me. For you, it could be something else. It could be a cup of tea. It's whatever you get to. What fell out here is a Gore-Tex jacket. Always comes in handy. Part of the gear is counted on what you're wearing on your body. I'll cover that later on. Here's my little attitude kit. Another harmonica. Actually, I should drop one of those. Pencil and paper. They come in handy, and I include them in an attitude component. Write that poem down. Paper and pencil. Here's a small copy of the New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs. You've got some reading material there. Doesn't have to be that, but that's what cheers me up. Like the 23rd Psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Here we go. Other side. Macadamia nuts. Other pocket on this side. Macadamia nuts. Almonds. Four cans of tuna. I like these little ones. I also save the cans and utilize that as a material. Really good stuff. Good protein. Throw in there on the side pocket. Okay. And I've got 6 foot of surgical tubing in here that comes in handy for making a solar still. There's a full fishing kit in here. There's some raisins in here. Fishing line, fishing hooks, and the surgical cord. Surgical cord can be used to make traps and a solar still. Also, tourniquet. Stop the bleeding, okay? This little guy here, I think everybody's got this in their packs, is a Stanley cooker with marks on it. Stuff it down. Coffee filters for straining water, making that precious coffee if you're a coffee drinker like me. This is just the stainless steel cup with the handles on it so you can hold that on the fire. Looks like I got to do a repair on that guy, on that other handle. Okay, and these two are just lightweight and goes in there. Taking advantage of every available space here, I have stuffed in the Stanley cooker some salt, crunched up candy bar. Good. That's a little builder there, maybe for special occasions. Sardines and tomato sauce. Coffee. This is mountain grown Ecuadorian coffee. Good stuff. Right in there. Sugar. Actually, salt and sugar in here is just condiments. Make the crickets go down easy if you got to eat a grasshopper or a cricket. Sometimes that comes in handy. Again, these are items that you'll select. Again, the Stanley cooker is just the right size. Put some gear in it, and if you're water rationing, it has these measurements that are on here, or for little cook operations, okay? It's a luxury item, but I love it. It's the jet boil. This one has the fuel in it, and if you're first starting out, this comes in handy. I'll show you this. Most of you know this. You can see them online. There's lots of videos on it. It has an insulated cup. It's super efficient. It boils water in a couple of seconds, and you can get all your cup of noodles or whatever you want without a smoking fire, and keep moving. Also, you can operate this in a very small pocket up here. My top pocket, it's right up in here, has got, I just crushed these and wrap them. A cup of noodles with chicken flavoring. I'm telling you, you're hungry, this stuff really comes in handy. On a day, or ration your food out, you can go quite a ways with this particular supply of food that's here, okay? So I've got 5 of those stuffed in there, okay? Very nutritious. This is Malto-meal. I like it. It could be oatmeal or something else. It's pre-salted, 3 tablespoons in a cup, and you got a nice little meal that'll give you some calories, okay? Finally, we get into the last part of the pocket here. This is the exposure component. You'll see how I roll everything up. This is a hygiene packet, an exposure packet, a few items that are in here. But I elongate it in the plastic bag and pack it so that it goes in nice. And also the plastic bags allow me to see and rapid access and keep myself organized on the trail. What's it got in it? Little spray alcohol containers. I love these guys. That can be a hand sanitizer to save the water. Can be used for some medical treatments and disinfectant. Insect repellent. If you're in insect country, exposure to insects is just maddening if you've got a swarm on you. Q-tips, unbelievable hygienic item. Without it, that little wax drip in your ear will drive you crazy. In here I have Lamisil. That's the best treatment for athlete's foot. A Lamisil cream along with a Neosporin or triple antibiotic ointment, okay? Little toothbrush here. That's a gives you something to do, and also unflavored dental floss can also be used for fishing line. We've got sunblock, again, exposure. This is 100. That's sun. You just don't want to get a sunburn while you're out in the wild, and it's a good thought process. So having this in your exposure kit with the hygiene kit is in there. Got here should be marked. This is just a foot powder to keep my foot dry. Your feet are really important. That's part of your transportation packet in the Chris book, okay? Plastic bags over here, get it out of the way. Lamisil cream that's in there. So that's in that pack. We get into here. Whoop. I will get that. Don't litter. More 550 cord. This is 4 7-footers. Again, it's color corded. That's a black one. I'll get into this pack in a second. This guy, you want to see, I'm a big proponent of having a nice warm hat on. I don't know if you can see me in the camera here, but when you're sleeping and you're in the rain, these little guys will pick you up. Stay warm, dry, and you don't lose that heat out of your head. Whoop, back to the team hat, keep moving. Okay, that's a jungle hammock, can also be used for fishing. Just a nylon, actually holds you up, very lightweight. It has multi-functions, also for organizing gear. It's got a little gear case in here, indispensable duct tape with packing tape wrapped in it. I use the packing tape to put plastic bags together to make a makeshift shelter. Military poncho, you'll see how I tie this off tight with 550 cord to really condense what I'm doing with the pack. Also, in here we have the tape. Got another roll. I cut this down to 1 inch because I don't like to waste the tape, and it can be real functional. Inside of that, another tool item that really comes in handy is a tie wire. You can do booby traps, not booby traps, but traps with this, and for game. And also you can lash things. It has many functions. And also can work around the fire with it. For like tying off a spoke to a stick or something like that so it doesn't burn off. Okay, 1-inch tape. The tapes are over in here. Little cases like this. You get to where you want to have as many of these available so that you can pack things out just right. These are my silks. This is the military top and bottom. So get yourself into a cold night or a cold situation in the storm. Strip off your wet clothes and put these silks on and climb into a bag. I have a reflective tarp that is in here. Makes a good ground cover, or you can just wrap yourself up in it with the reflective heat side towards you. This is a great little item. It's a I think it's a High Sierra bivouac tent, one man. It has mosquito netting in it. You can just climb in it and go to sleep right in the rain. You don't even have to set it up. But it's cool to set up. It has some poles and sets up with 2 stakes. All right. Finally, I've got a small ultralight sleeping bag in here. You don't have to use this as you move, but you've got it if you're going to be there for a while. Getting a good sleep cycle is really important. The Spectre takedown bow. Inside here is the takedown bow and 3 takedown arrows. Okay, that covers everything that's in the pack. There's a few other items that I'll list that I may have missed, but I'll make sure you get the full list. Hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.